Hello everyone, I'm here at the NAMM Show 2019 at the Calzone Anvil booth, okay? And again, I have next to me one of the greatest drummers. He played with everyone. Just name the biggest name, he is one of them. It's CARMINE APPICE. Hey CARMINE, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
How do you feel doing a new, you come every year, you support Anvil
I
and
missed
Calzone?
last year. Last year was the first year I missed since 1978, but I'm back this year, and it's been a great show. I had a lot of fun. I played Wednesday night at the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame Awards with my brother, and then I had a group I'm managing and producing called Kodiak. They're sort of like a young Van Halen. They opened up for us. They played a couple of songs. They're doing great at the NAMM show. They're making, talking to people, doing interviews. And then the next night me and Vinny played at the Bonzo Bash. We gave my brother a Legends Award. And then last night we played at the Ultimate Jam at the Hilton, which was totally crazy. All my friends were playing that. And then today's the last day. I'm here at the Calzone Anvil booth. I'm selling my books, I'm selling my CDs, and signing autographs, taking pictures. Been a lot of autographs, a lot of photos this time. And I've been hanging out at Calzone booth here because Joe Calzone's one of my oldest friends, and I was his very first endorser with Calzone Cases when he was still making the cases in his garage. He made me cases, and I took him on the road with Rod Stewart. And that was the very first big tour that his cases were on. And so I'm really happy to see he developed it into a big company. And now owns Anvil and Calzone and Ascot,
Why people should choose Calzone Anvil cases?
Because
in your experience, opinion?
Yeah, they're not built very cheaply. They're built very strong. They're just built really well, and you want a case to last. Those cases he gave me were on the road for years and years and years. I just gave it back to him because they were road worn, and he said, "I'll make you a duplicate set of brand new cases. I want those cases back because they were the first ones," and he's got them in the Anvil factory as like a museum piece, So he made me a same exact cases with the same sizes and everything, except they're new. I still use them. I use them coming here to the Hall of Fame gig,
Being a drummer, you carry a lot of things, and sometimes the weight is an issue. How do you manage with the cases?
Well, they roll. So with them rolling, you're not really carrying stuff. They're rolling in. And I could have taken my soft cases to here, but it was easier to roll it in because you don't know where the venue entrance is, you don't know where the load-in is. So when you got them in the cases, it's not that big a deal because you just roll them in, and then everything comes out of the case. Instead of like individuals, you got to take 2 bass drums individually and tom-toms individually and stands individually. It's a lot more work, And when you're on big tours like theater and arena tours, it makes a lot of sense having it all in like 2 or 3 big cases rather than 8 or 9 little cases, Less trips.
So, new book, okay? Stick it.
My Life of Sex, Drums, and Rock and Roll. It came out as a hardcover, now it's out as a soft cover. And the book did really well on Amazon. It did like top 30 in the chart in Amazon, and it's still selling. We almost sold out. I brought I think 50 books here, and I think we sold 48. And then I also brought 20 of these, and they're gone. This is my new release. Came out last Friday. It's called CARMINE APPICE Guitar Zeus. And it's on Spotify. I have 33 tracks on Spotify with all different guitar players. But on here I have 12 tracks, which has Ron Bumblefoot from Guns N' Roses, Richie Sambora, Steve Morse, Brian May, Slash, Neil Schon, Yngwie Malmsteen, and Doug Pinnick from King's X, John Norum from Europe, Vivian Campbell, Def Leppard, Mick Mars, and Edgar Winter, Zakk Wylde, and Ted Nugent. They're all on this album.
It's amazing because you name probably half of the biggest names in the music industry, and they admire you. They see you as
friends, and you know, I admire them and they admire me, and we exchange favors. You know, like Brian May, I played for nothing. I owe him a favor. Richie Sambora, I owe him a favor. You know, so it's nice to have friends, and this album is the only album of its kind that has all original songs, and it's not a tribute to anybody. You know, because there were albums that have tributes, like tribute to Alice Cooper or tribute to Jeff Beck or Queen, or you know, and they have a few different named guitar players on it, and they play Queen songs or Jeff Beck songs or Alice Cooper songs. But this album is all original songs, brand new songs, really good songs. Every song is a really good song, without a doubt. And there's 33 tracks on Spotify, and 5 of them are brand new, and no one's ever heard before, with different guitar players on them. So it's a unique project. I started it, originally released around the world, everywhere but America, in '95 and '97. And then I found a couple of tracks that weren't ever released. I even found a 24 track that wasn't even finished. And I finished it, the one with Bumblefoot on it was finished in 2018. So now it's released, it's in entirety on Spotify and iTunes. But CD is 12 tracks, the final's coming out in a couple of weeks.
So in Amazon?
It's going to be only 8 tracks because you can only get a certain amount. But if it does good enough, then we'll release another vinyl and another CD, you know, just to get more tracks on the CDs and the vinyl.
Sorry, I was interrupting you, but I was asking you about how people can get it. You say Amazon?
Yeah, it'll be Amazon. You can get it on my website, CARMINEAPPICE.com, and I'll autograph it. And you can get it on all the digital platforms, including iTunes.
Awesome. Carmine, thank you for... Oh, just one question. Tell me any good memory with Jeff Beck and Rod Stewart, please.
No, I mean, greatest memory, one of the greatest memory, Rod, is having co-written the #1 record, Do You Think I'm Sexy, and playing on it. It was #1 in 10 countries. You can't get any better than that. You know, and Jeff Beck was playing in Japan. We were the first band after the Beatles to sell out the Budokan in 1973. And then we went on to play Festival Hall in Osaka. They made a live recording of that, and it's become a legendary live recording for the last 40 years. And it sold a lot in Japan, sold a lot as imports around the world. So, they're 2 great memories.
My favorite band from you are King Cobra and Blue Murder.
Well, yeah, well that was my 80s band. After Sharon Osbourne fired me, she said my name was too big. I needed to start my own band.
She was right.
And I did, and I started King Cobra, and it did good around the world. You know, unfortunately, the label didn't do their job, and the band ended up breaking up. First Johnny Rod left, and then Mark Free wanted to sing wimpier music. Then we continued with the King Cobra 3 lineup, and then those 3 guys left. It was Mark Tureen, Lonnie, and Mick Sway. They left and got a deal as the Bullet Boys, and they took songs that we were working on, like for King Cobra, with them, and they put them on their first album, and it went gold. And it pissed me off because they were our songs, you know. And then I joined Blue Murder, which was a great band, you know, and we did that for a couple of years. So it's all good. And now King Cobra, I get the rights to my first 2 albums back. We just released a couple of months ago Live in Sweden Rock.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, on metal.
So the re-release of the new first 2 album again, you know.
Yeah, and Live at Sweden Rock 2016. That just came out in October. And we did 2 albums with Paul Shortino on Frontiers, 2011, 2013. So altogether we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 King Cobra albums out.